Sustainability. According to Google, sustainability is the ability to be maintained at a certain rate or level. But what is sustainability in terms of our environment? Well, after spending a semester in Intro to Environmental Science for non-science majors, damn, that's a long name, I can define sustainability as the act of using resources at a pace that doesn't compromise access to said resources for future generations. Unfortunately, our society is far from sustainable. We have people driving gas-heavy cars, throwing the trash onto our beautiful waterfront, and our school still runs on steam power. But it's not just the big things like that. The little things add up. Leaving the water running while brushing your teeth, drinking water from a plastic bottle, something as insignificant as eating meat. Yes, all of you meat-eating haters are... Oh, let me get this real quick. Hello? That's the wrong type of meat eating? I need to get back on topic. Yes, ma'am. Yes, something as simple as choosing to eat a burger contributes to the unsustainable lifestyle that we live, which also contributes to climate change. But now this brings about the question, what exactly is climate change?
So Obama's talking about all of this with the global warming and that, and a lot of it's a hoax. It's a hoax. I mean, it's a money-making industry, okay? It's a...
That may be what our former president thinks, but climate change is the change of our environment, whether it be an unnatural increase or decrease in temperature, and a change in sea level or more severe weather patterns. That is climate change. Climate change is bad for our environment because as the climate changes, animals are displaced or die because they can't handle the change, which disrupts our ecosystem. We as humans think this doesn't affect us, but it does, because as the climate changes, more and more animals die out, making less food, making more animals die out, making less food for us. Yet we do the minimum when it comes to preventing climate change. Even though we are the main contributors to climate change due to our unsustainable lifestyle, this can mainly be seen in the pollution. I shouldn't have to explain what pollution is, but for the person in the back who doesn't get it, I'm looking at you, Ace. Pollution is the introduction of a substance that is harmful to the environment. A lot of people like to look past pollution, seeing it as a myth that only started recently, but it's been around for a while. Even back then, people were dying from air pollution from the boats and trains that were burning coal to run. This was especially true for those who worked in the coal mines. According to ourworlddata.org, in 2019, air pollution was the third place for death by risk factor, contributing to 11.65% of deaths globally. These deaths mainly took place in Africa and Asia, specifically the countries of India and China, and low to middle class income countries.
Well, welcome to Shijiazhuang, a city a little less than 300 kilometers from Beijing, and one that over the past month has had the rather unenviable honor of being China's most polluted. In fact, by some measures, it is the most polluted city on the planet over that period. Of course, it is just an extreme example of a problem affecting a huge swathe of northern China at the moment, with a pollution cloud hanging over this country from the Russian border in the far northeast all the way down to the central cities of Chongqing and Chengdu, a sweep of a few thousand kilometers or so. Of course, underneath the cloud live hundreds of millions of people, and they are currently struggling with the impact of this toxic air on their lives and livelihoods.
It can be completely dark, as if you're walking in the clouds. The smog impacts my children's health. Coughing is the usual symptom.
I've heard some people say that they are considering leaving Shijiazhuang, moving to the south of China. Have you ever thought of doing the same?
Of course I want to leave, but I cannot afford to. I live here. The whole city and the whole country is polluted. You have to go abroad.
Over the past 30 days, the average air quality level in this city has registered as hazardous on the official scale. Amid mounting public anger across China, the government is pledging to clean up the air and is investing heavily in renewable technology. But there are good reasons for caution and some skepticism. The two main sources for all of this toxic smog are the heavy reliance on coal as the dominant form of power generation, and the high and still growing levels of car ownership. And neither of those things look set to change anytime soon.
What you just watched was a news report on the air quality of China from 2017, and it only got worse from that point. But recently, due to the Olympics, China took it upon itself to improve its air quality.
This is a map showing the number of smoggy days in 2013 in China. And Beijing is right here with the darkest color. So PM 2.5 is a key metric for smog. In 2013, nationwide PM 2.5 concentrations averaged 72 micrograms per cubic meter. Most studies indicate that if this number is above 35 during the 24-hour period, the air is considered unhealthy. However, by 2022, the average PM 2.5 concentrations had dropped to 29 micrograms per cubic meter.
This just shows that it's very much possible to combat this air pollution. We just need to take the proper legislative measures in order to fix this. We need fewer gas-powered cars on the road and opt for electrical counterparts, switch to more sustainable methods of fuel such as solar power, wind power, and hydropower, along with removing the use of plastic bags in grocery stores. I know where I live in Virginia, there's a plastic bag tax, and if you go further north, they don't sell bags at all. You have to bring reusable ones. But I myself do play a role in this unsustainable lifestyle. I buy plenty of plastic water bottles, and I have a habit of leaving the lights on by accident. But I have also taken steps to counteract these bad habits. I turn off the lights when I leave the room. I have a reusable water bottle. And instead of getting in a car to go places, I usually ride my bike. And since my bike is broken, I just walk. Instead of using private transportation like Uber or Lyft, I usually opt to take public transit just so I can make sure that I'm not adding to the air pollution. These are just little things that you can do to help the environment.